Enter to win a new surf skate every month at surfskate.love/giveaway.
Hello, my name is David, and today I'm going to be explaining to you why I pretty much switched from riding regular skateboards and started riding surf skates. I'm going to go ahead and show you some video of my old skateboarding from about the years 2005 to 2010. But my background in skateboarding is that I started in about the year 2000 when Tony Hawk did the 900. Skateboarding was in huge boom. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater video games were all the rage. And I skated very consistently all the way up until the year 2016, 2017. And around that time, a lot of my friends had quit skateboarding and started taking up other hobbies. I just started to feel kind of bored with skateboarding. I'm not the only one who has gone through that. Shout out to Billy from Concrete Waves, but he has a testimonial how he went through a similar phase of not skateboarding anymore. Michael Relevant has a pretty cool YouTube channel and Instagram, go check him out. But he's talked about how skateboarding for him has gotten a little old and boring at times, that it just starts to grow and feel kind of stale on you after a long time. New tricks don't come as easily. It's hard to kind of like find new ways to explore skateboarding in new ways as you get older and you've been doing it for a long time. So what happens is a lot of people tend to just quit and they go and do other things. For me, I quit skateboarding and took up long distance cycling and rock climbing and things like that. But last year at age 34, I started getting the itch to ride skateboards again, and so I bought one so I could ride at my local skate park, and I was pretty disappointed. Tricks felt really hard and it just wasn't very fun for me. So I started looking up skateboards for carving, and that's where I came across Surf Skate Love and Carver skateboards. I got a set of Carver CX trucks and I got a Yamaraki Complete. Right away I connected with this whole surf skate thing really strongly. The fun instantly became the ride feel. The board turns, carves, moves with you. I've done some snowboarding before and it's kind of a feel more like that. Whereas the fun for riding a traditional skateboard, it basically comes from just doing tricks, because skateboard trucks tend to be really stiff, not a lot of turn to them, and the wheels tend to be really hard, so you can't really ride over rough pavement very well. And of course you can put on cruiser wheels, things like that, but then tricks tend to get harder. Most skateboarders who are like pushing skateboard tricks tend to ride smaller, harder wheels. So now in surf skating, there's this whole new world of things to explore and different ways to build skateboards to do what you want them to do. So I have several that I'm going to go ahead and show you that I ride in various different situations. So this Soulboardy Yamaraki Complete is my favorite for river path cruising, bicycle path cruising. It's got big super soft wheels that handle asphalt really well. It's got a spring-based front truck that I find helps me propel forward and gives me a lot of turn, so it just creates a super lively feeling that I can ride on for 10 to 15 miles at a time without ever having to push. And the deck has some cool torsional flex properties, so you know, this setup isn't one that I would recommend to people for like doing tricks on, but for me personally, I find this to be a very fun ride on bicycle paths. I also really enjoy this Carver Surf Rider. It's small, lightweight, 7 3/4 inch wide, 65mm 83A wheels, so big soft wheels, and I just find this to be really fun for cruising skate parks and cruising pump tracks. It's fast and fun and makes everything feel super smooth. And when you ride a small board and you're going fast, you tend to feel like you're going faster than you really are just because you have less board there under your feet. This is a personal favorite of mine. I've been building this up for a while. It's got a Carver CX front truck, so a super turny front skateboard truck, and then it's got a regular TKP skateboard truck on the rear. It's a slappy truck, and whenever I put a regular skateboard truck in with a surf skate truck, I get a lot of turn from the front, but I get a lot of stability that helps with tricks like ollies and kickflip, doing grinds and stuff, and so I can do a lot of my traditional skateboarding on this setup. It's 10 3/4 inch wide with a 16-inch wheelbase, so yeah, this is a favorite of mine right now. But this right here is my regular skateboard, and I also enjoy riding it as well It's just got regular TKP skateboard trucks on it with 58mm 99A wheels. It's an anti-hero, and I tend to ride this mostly in mini ramps, which is kind of where I grew up skating. But the reason I would ride a regular skateboard in a mini ramp instead of a surf skate is because a lot of mini ramps tend to be pretty small, so there's not tons of room for carving and stuff. It's just my personal preference. You can ride surf skates in mini ramps, but this is my personal preference if I'm going to be riding a smaller mini ramp. And so on that subject of transforming the ride experience, I want to say I find it really interesting that, you know, skateboarders will get a new skate park. It's really fun at first, it's really exciting, and after a while the excitement for it kind of tends to die down over time. And it's often not the fault of the skate park, but people just tend to kind of get tired of going to skate the same place over and over again. One of the things I think is really cool about changing up your trucks, your bushings, your surf skate, or your skateboard setup is that you can change the way your current existing skate park feels. And so whenever I go to my skate park and I ride, say, the Carver Surf Rider, that smaller mini board, it feels very different experience than it does when I ride my regular skateboard, and it feels like a very different experience from whenever I ride, say, my crooked setup. And so I can just change the way that my skate park feels based on what setup I'm riding. And so anyway, I've got more setups that I use in other different kinds of situations, but mixing and matching and changing out parts, components just drastically transforms your ride feel. So my takeaway point is that if you're a skateboarder who's been skateboarding for a long time or a little time and you're just not that excited, enthused about riding your regular skateboard, I would recommend that you try a surf skate of some sort. Right, so take care, have fun, ride skateboards. Don't ride skateboards if you don't want to, or ride a different skateboard, ride surf skates. I think surf skates are really fun.